We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here, Barbershop Talk, episode 2. Cheo, Chris Tex, one half of Battle Rap Royalty, and Jay Smo, the world's most respected. And then my bum ass. So we are going to talk about Outside 7. How is everybody doing? I'm gonna start with Chris Tex.
I'm feeling great, Frank. A lot of moves happening in the NBA world I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. I can't say the same for some of my colleagues on this call.
Praying for all Celtics fans. Jay Smo, how you feeling?
Fucked up. But we're gonna keep it pushing.
Okay. Good luck, brother. Cheo, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody up here. Smo, Chris, and motherfucking the man with the plan, Frank White. Ready to talk some battles.
So let's get to it. I put them in order. Okay, so the first battle, Topfloor Loot versus Gorilla Monsoon, just dropped this afternoon. I think only Cheo and I have seen it, so I guess we'll kick it off with our thoughts on this. I'll let Cheo have the floor. Cheo, the floor is yours.
Topfloor Loot versus Gorilla Monsoon. Contrary to, I'm gonna say this a few times tonight. Contrary to early reports, closer battle than what was said. Heard it was a dirty 30. Was not a dirty 30. However, it was a 30. Gorilla's first round was good. It was very good, solid, very good. It reminded me of why I liked Gorilla initially. His performance, his bars, his delivery. He's really a well-rounded battle rapper. Topfloor Loot came in with a performance that's not as animated, but it's still commanding. And he had 2 room shakers that really just edged around for me. And when I say edge, I don't mean like it was like debatable. I mean like both, without those 2 room shakers, it'd have been a debatable round. You could go either way, but the 2 room shakers, I thought that cleared the first round. The chimpanzee, King Kong ain't got nothing on me and all of that. Like, he really was in his bag. Now, it's a gamble when you do too many name flips or too many whatever moniker flips, but I thought he did them in a really clever and creative way and delivered them, no pun intended, in top fashion. Second round, Gorilla's second round was crazy to me. It was so fire. I kept hitting the button and saying he's rapping, he's hitting flow pockets. I was very impressed with his second round. Unfortunately, he did choke. People that might be fans of Gorilla might gonna say it was a stumble, not a choke. Listen, a stumble is getting tongue-tied. It's getting caught up in your words, cotton mouth. But a choke, he just stopped. Now, was it a long choke? Was it 8 Mile? No, it wasn't a long choke, but he choked. He stopped, and he knew he stopped. He the look on his face. He choked. He got it back. He continued on. Topfloor Loot smelled blood. You could tell. You could tell. That's what I like about these new cats. They got this hunger, and when they see the opening, they're gonna pause if necessary. They're gonna go for it. And Topfloor Loot's second round was just as impactful as his first round. Without the choke, we could do the what ifs, but the choke is a choke. The culture says a choke is you lose the round. Now, if anybody's watching me in the YouTube Street 240, you might remember me saying that I don't personally like to judge it like that. I think a choke should be treated like a knockdown where you lose points, so it's hard to win the round. But that's another subject for another day. And then the third round, you can see Gorilla Monsoon body language. Like he's shrinking. Pause if necessary. He's like you can see the confidence gone. His third round was short. He was glitching, no chokes, but he was like stuttering and stammering through the whole like first 25, 35% of the round. And then he started heating up at the end of the third. I was enjoying the end of his third, but then he ended the round. It sounded like a last minute round. I don't know that. I don't want to put that on him. It sounded like something he wrote at the last minute. It was very short. It was very choppy, but glitchy in the beginning of it, and then it was starting to get good, and it was over. And then Topfloor Luke closed the door on his third round was better than his second round. And Topfloor Luke had some pockets. He had the little mat lock-in. Topfloor, he even hit the Philly flow without exaggerating it, which I think he should have exaggerated it more just for the effect, but he didn't need to. It was a good battle. Coming away from this, it wasn't a dirty 30, but it was a clear 30. It wasn't a gentleman's 30. It was a clear 30. He just was better every round. Gorilla, I want to see him again, so he didn't lose the war. He just got to clean it up a little more. He had some words for me on X today. And I wasn't mad, you know what I mean? You know, it's part of the game, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Still, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I thought I want to see more. I thought it was good enough that it was a good draw. It just wasn't a, you got to clean up. It's too much competition now. You got to clean up. What you thought, Frank?
Well, that was very thorough. I appreciate you for being so thorough. I'm going to run through it. You know, for me, as a sponsor and as somebody who's investing better, I look at these battles differently. The things I'm looking at is Topfloor Luke locked in on all the intangibles. He was extremely prepared. He had flow pockets. He had angles. He had humor. He didn't miss a beat in any round. If somebody says to me, hey, I have Topfloor Luke winning every round, I'm not going to argue with you. I think in the first, Gorilla set it off. He had some really good rapping and probably his best round. Oh, well, no, I'm going to say he got off a lot of good material in his first. Topfloor Luke goes and not only combats what Gorilla had, but he rapped a little longer, but it was more entertaining. Like his stage presence was there. It just, everything that Gorilla was missing, Topfloor Luke had it on lock. Interacting with the crowd while he was rapping, bigger reactions, and it's not supposed to go like that. All due respects, Gorilla has the skill set and everything he needs to win. I don't know what's up with his preparation. I don't know where the disconnect is, but we're in the NBA, and I don't have patience for that. Like, once you get to the NBA, when you was doing Smack Track and all that, we could be buddy and say, hey, you need time, development. We're in the NBA now. It's clipped. For me, it's just like, Gorilla, don't take another battle unless you're ready to show something. It's been too many battles with Gorilla where it's like a round goes here, stumble here, choke here. I'm tired of that, bro. Don't take no more battles if you're not going to take these opportunities serious. Your talent level is too high. His rapping was incredible. The same story bar. It was just too many. What is it? Like an escape. He had to drop down on the top floor like an escape plan or something. It was just so many really dope concepts. Even his attack with the whole y'all was standing behind easy in the third. He had some really good attack points. But if you're gonna be sloppy, if you're not gonna get your rounds out, that don't matter. We're in the NBA. It's 30,000 people that want that one battle, that one slot that you have. So if you're going to be here, you got to perform at the highest level. And he knows sports, so he knows what's expected of him. You can't be competing with that. I'm sorry. Get it together or step back for a second and fix it. I love Gorilla. I'm a big fan of Gorilla. I'd be screaming out Gorilla before he got on NBA on URL, but this is not it. This is not it. You were expected to beat Topfloor Luke. Instead, you walk away from this thinking, damn, Topfloor Luke has locked in. Topfloor Luke got his pacing right. He dominates the first round. He clearly got the third. You're left with arguing about the second round. And if we're being all the way honest, if you want to be harsh about it, you can say that Gorilla lost the second. I personally preferred Gorilla's material in the second, but that is a preference thing. That is not me saying that someone watching this battle couldn't easily say Topfloor Luke got every single round. And that pisses me off. I'm happy for Loot. Loot represents the streets. He represents the element that's missing. He represents Philly. All those things are great. He's doing it very well. The look, the marketability, the poise, the raps, everything was on point. I have no criticism for Topfloor Loot except keep going. Maintain that hunger. It's crazy to me that the man who's already well off outside of the ring is the one who's displaying the most poise and most hunger than the others who are not as well off as Topfloor Loot is. But that's a story for another day. I got Topfloor Loot first and third. 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your win, Gorilla. Come on, bro. It's no more passes for this. It's no more passes.
I don't want to freeze out Small and Chris, but I gotta give you some pushback because I gotta understand something. One, I think very valid points. I agree with the humor and all the things that Topfloor Loot do. I know I spoke more about Gorilla and Topfloor Loot in the win, but I didn't think Gorilla was as Gorilla's known for not having his rounds together, right? I think that might have played a factor in his battle. I think he was really trying. His choke in the second was a short choke, but it was a choke. His glitchiness in the third and the shortness of the round in the third. If you're gonna have a short round, it can't be glitchy. I mean, it wasn't like a few bars. It was like a good 25, 35% of the round. With that being said, how do you give him the second round with the choke? I'm just curious.
For me, it was a nasty stumble. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not gonna accept that. I know you're not gonna accept that. But
doing some sick shit right
I'm
now.
sorry. I think his second, the material in his second was really good. But if somebody had
Monsoon,
if somebody had Tim losing all 3 rounds, I'm not mad. But all I'm saying is I thought his material in the second, I think the second was his best round. I give him the second just off material. But I'm gonna be honest, man, Gorilla, it's no more. We can't do this no more. Like this, it got to be the last time, bro. Because you're in the NBA. The stakes is too high.
They got anybody on URL nowadays.
Yeah, like come on, man. This is crazy. No, Gorilla is good. His talent is there.
I won't make this too long. The last thing I end up say is you saying that he was expected to beat Topfloor Loot. I'm surprised you saying that because if the tail of the tape says that Topfloor Loot's been winning his last few battles and Gorilla's been not winning all of them.
Topfloor Loot is doing phenomenal. All I could do is tip my hat to Topfloor Loot. Fantastic job.
I want you to speak to
the above.
Gorilla was the heavy favorite going in.
But Gorilla was the favorite.
I'm not mad at being a favorite. I'm not mad at being a favorite. I just want to understand
how he keeps being.
Was it warranted? Was it warranted or was it some sleepage?
No. Here's the thing, and I ain't seen the battle, but I want to speak to this because I'm someone that historically has been pretty tough on the whole Topfloor regime. I'd say Loot is the best of that clique, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. But even then, in some of those performances when he battles like Clips and Suge, he rapped forever versus Suge, by the way. And their performances where he's just out rapping time versus Vets picking up a check. And I'm not really moved. We all know some 30s aren't built the same. They treated him like a no one on a small league. That's just the reality. And he kind of was, though, to be real. But now that he's getting reps in more competitive environments, I didn't agree with him, getting picked for the top 10, but he did. And now he's got 2 30s versus the 2 people. I really like Ra. Ra was a flash in the pan. He caught me. He tricked me. It is what it is. but I will say he went in there in 30. It doesn't matter how good, Ra wasn't good. Loot is good in that battle. I haven't seen this one, but Gorilla is definitely favored. And most of the times, he was ranked by many as the worst of the class going in. So, of course, it's about earn and rep. But I think his veteranship is showing if he did indeed catch another 30, I'm seeing everyone said he did. And at some point, you don't got to be a fan of it. But, let's say, even if I don't love his style, if he keeps winning 3-0, his look should increase. That's fair. Doesn't matter if you like the style or not. That's fair. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see when I see it. But I guess it's not the craziest result.
No, and to be fair, I like Topfloor Loot's rapping style. I think he's very much needed. His content is needed. His delivery is needed. His realism is needed. Big salute to Topfloor Loot. I don't want to take nothing away from him. He's now won both of his battles. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I was just hoping for a far more competitive battle. The material that Gorilla got out was fire. So I know that if he had gotten it out clean, this would have been a better battle. But Topfloor Loot just dominated this battle, and he did that the last battle. Topfloor Loot is here to stay. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Big salute to Topfloor Loot. Gorilla, get it together or take some time off. But come on, it can't be no more. It is. I'm done even talking about it. Let's move on. Makk Myron versus Justise. I'm gonna set it off with Jay Schmo. Where we at with this?
It was a solid battle. I don't think it's a bad battle. I don't think it's necessarily a good battle but I think it's just a solid battle, and I think it adds to the card. It's good to see Makk back on URL, and I thought to see Makk pretty in form, kind of a late cook up from him, one where I've been concerned about Makk on URL in the past. I remember when he first signed that 2-year deal and he went against Fonz, it was 50-50. And I'm like, dude, they don't realize what Fon's going to do to Makk. And it was rough. Like, it was a rough transition for him to the point that he really didn't even stay consistent on the league. So to see him back, and I think even in a shot-giving state, like, I just think it's a perfect look to, like, warm back up. And now he's going to get a red on the next card. So, a pretty fruitful return as well. And then I think for Justise, it is a good battle. And even if it's not a flat-out win, it's just a more favorable result than I feel like he's been facing. And he's had some good battles where I just feel like he's lost pretty clear. Like versus Oppa, not his best performance, but it's not like objectively bad, but he just loses clear. The drugs battle, which I really didn't like, to be honest with you, but it's not like the worst thing. It's another battle he lost. So, and I know that he hasn't liked that critique, and this is definitely a debatable battle. Like, I don't think it's like too crazy to say either one of them won. I had Justise clear in the first when I was speaking of Makk kind of having like a late heat up. I thought Makk clearly took the third. I think he saves his best for the last round. And then the second round of the battle for me is like what it comes down to. And it's one that, I'm not gonna lie, compared to some of the other battles here, I have more like I'm not gonna say watched it in passing, but it's one of those where when it's that debatable, I don't have my notes down to be so definitive. I personally had Justise, like that's how I walked away from the battle feeling 2-1. But if somebody gives Makk the second, the third, I don't think that's crazy at all.
Okay, Chris Tex, where you at with it?
So I had two different results. I think I told you this, Frank. First time I watched it, I agree with Smo. I agree with almost everything Smo said, honestly. I had Justise super clear in the first, Makk clear in the third, and it comes down to the second. And the first time I watched this, I had Justise. And I think I hit you up. I said I have Justise winning that 2-1. It's a debatable battle. And then, I went back and watched it recently, maybe a couple days ago. And I actually changed my mind, which doesn't often happen, honestly. I have Makk second and third. I think it was an absolutely great showing for Makk coming back to URL. His last performance on URL wasn't the greatest. I mean, granted, it was like over 2 years, like 2.5 years ago. But I think it's good, and I see he's, like you said, he's gonna be on the next URL card. I think it's a good comeback for Makk. For Justise, I think it was a good performance. And people have been saying he's been losing a bunch of battles. But I think this one is debatable. And if you say Justise won, I'm not mad at that. I think his first round was really, really like that. Like he was bombing back to back. And it's great to see him in that form. But overall, on my second one, and who knows, maybe on my third watch, I might change back to Justise. Justise second was very good too. But right as of right now, I'm on Makk 2-1, second and third.
Okay, definitive. Cheo, where you at?
I mean, they both said pretty much what I was gonna say. I thought that was very entertaining to me. I thought Makk Myron was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I thought Justise was just more aggressive, more hungry. But it wasn't like Makk roll, like it wasn't a roll. It was a good battle. I had a 2-1. I had Justise first and second, and I gave Makk the third. I thought Justise won the second. I didn't think it was. Thought it was close, but I thought he won it. Maybe I'll watch it again and have a different outlook. But it was a close battle overall. I thought the first round by Justise was the best. Then I walked away thinking Justise did enough to win that battle. I thought Makk was better than. This was the Makk we want to see.
Sure.
I didn't feel like he necessarily lost. I just felt like it felt like a hunger thing. It felt like it was like the energy that Justise was bringing was like I'm trying to prove a point, and Makk was like I do this, and it was working for both of them. I think it just that led me to go with Justise with first and second.
Okay. I must say this: Justise first had me. When I seen Justise rapping his first, I was like, "Oh, this is different Justise. He's figuring the game out. Back in the da-da-da-da. Put Makk on the shirt." I was like, "Oh, let's go, Justise." The aggression, the delivery, the punching, just back to back to back, especially against such a great puncher like Makk. I was like, "Okay, Justise got this first," and that's the only round I gave Justise. In the second, they both go at it, but it's just I forgot how lethal humor and punching go together. Like when you're a good puncher and you're funny, it can get very dangerous.
We're gonna talk about that later too.
Molested at the sweet age of 29 by your mama is just so crazy to say. I was just like, what? And Makk kept me laughing the whole time. He even had some firebar when he said, they say I sound like Will, sound like a Makk to me. Like This is the Makk Myron that I was a fan of. This is the Makk Myron. He's had poor showings on URL, but Makk is back. This is the Makk that I have always enjoyed. This was Makk that I really enjoyed. So salute to Justise, salute to Makk Myron. I had Makk in the second and third. I will say this about Justise. He was fighting. I think the second is a close round. So if you say you have Justise, it doesn't bother. I think that's a fair assessment. You could prefer Justice's punching to Max in the second. I think the third and the first are the only clear rounds. My only knock to Justise is consensus-wise, you're on a losing streak. Consensus-wise, it's time for you to get a clear win. Be careful. You don't want to end up having all these debatable battles. That's not good for your progression. And you're not getting easy fights, so I'm not going to say like it's just so easy to get to the NBA and just get a clear win. That's not an easy thing. But just pick your battles wisely. Who knew a Makk return was going to be this dangerous? Salute to Makk, but Justise, be very careful. Win your next battle. You're down on the Muuuwop battle. This one's a debatable. Consensus is Oppa beat you. You beat Wusa. It's like you want to make sure while you're in the NBA that you're getting those clear wins. But I do think we're seeing Justise figure this out. We're seeing Justise really develop in real time, because that first for Makk, I was like, if he has another one of these, it doesn't matter what Makk do. Salute on I watched the battle twice. And I enjoyed it. I'll go back and watch it again. I enjoyed Makk's humor. I enjoyed Justice's aggression. So salute to both. I enjoyed this.
It's debatable. I think it's 2-2. I think y'all two have Makk, and then me and KO had
So this is for sure definitively a debatable battle.
It's not a battle.
Let me ask a question before you move on, Frank, real quick, for any of y'all up here or all of y'all up here. Is there something to be said about being a newer battler and having debatables with a vet like Makk Myron? Is it all in a vacuum to you?
I'm gonna let Smoke go with that one.
I mean, I definitely think so. I'm viewing like his total work, right? Because I had him winning versus some names at first. I don't even think Makk is the best name that he's beat. Like I thought 30 and Lou Castro was kind of like that, especially when Lou was having a good year for real. The time was kind of crazy, but he rapped good. So it's like, but then when he's losing, I just want to see him break that up. So for me, I do want to see him get clear wins, but it's all about expectations. Like if you just want to be a guy on the league that gets calls, you're not even worried about like rank, like just being consistent. Like hell yeah, like I think he's been getting a debatable with Makk is like super good. But he was like a top 2 prospect, and like we're looking for guys that are gonna be top tiers. It's good to have mid tiers. Yeah. We do need new mid tier class. Everybody's got a role to play. It's just because you're not this, don't mean you can't be this and also be valuable to the league. But if we talking about him being maybe a star, I want to see, he really ain't shook nothing like that. Like the way that I felt hype about him before he really started getting like 3-rounders on URL, nothing he's done with those 3-rounders has elevated my confidence. And at times, I'm not going to say it's a big drop because I still think he's doing pretty good right now. But like I said, it's expectations. If you want to be like that, you got to do more, like Frank said. But if you're just going to just as a battle rapper, it's definitely a good thing to have a debatable with Makk Myron. So expectations.
And he's showing some glimpses and signs, but it's like when you're at this level, more is expected of you. It just is what it is. We can't coddle people.
And I'll put it like this: we about to talk about Oppa, and like you see the difference. That's all I'm saying. Like, do you see like the difference of importance? And like, holy shit! Like this guy, he's doing all right. He's that first round, and this guy's like, man, fuck. Like like he just killed him. So it's just different, bro.
Let's get to it then. Let's get to it. Smoke. Oppa versus Saga. Talk to us, Smoke.
Man, every time, and listen, I've been around for the entirety of like Oppa's career. I was there in the spaces, you know what I'm saying, when he's rapping. I was there when it was impersonation battles and he was being goods and Calico and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And I've always been like a fan and know he's talented, but I've never been like over the top. Like some people thought he was a star way early on. I was like, there's things to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I liked his King of the Dot debut. I remember what was that verse? Anti-Hero. And I was like, there's elements here, but there was some things I'm still not, ever since. And he's grown to do so many great things. His run within battle rap, you know what I'm saying, as the iBattle champ. But what he's doing on URL, that's really moving shit, man. Like he's kicking people's asses, man. If he's not kicking people's asses, he's having a battle like him and J2. I would have never thought Oppa versus J2 would be one of my favorite battles of the year. Like it's still for me in terms of battles I go back and rewatch. That battle was crazy, man. And then versus Saga, it's a vet opponent like a Makk Myron that like they're talented enough where if it's like close, people understand. Because on any given day, you get Sensei Saga. But like, if you're the real deal, you kind of run through these challenges. Like the guys who went on to be stars, they would clip a vet like this, like real crazy. And that's what Oppa did, bro. These first 2 rounds versus the Saga, the last like 3 Oppa battles I watch, I'm like, man, this is the best shit I ever seen from him. And then I watched the next one. What he did in that second round with an old angle, with the whole porn addiction angle, is such a crazy, like the shit we say in battle rap, the porn addiction angle. But like really, everyone has done that 100 times. Bro, he was talking to him so crazy.
Legendary.
But in Saga's mind, hands is pussy.
Oh my god, that's a bomb.
Crazy.
Yo, what
open tabs. The open tabs were crazy.
I don't give a fuck about LeBron. I'm scared Bayless. How has no one said that? How has no one said that? Yo, Oppa, I'm so overly impressed with Oppa, man. And this is already a guy who was projected best of his class. I kind of already knew, even with some things I'm gonna say I questioned, I still knew he had the highest ceiling of that class, but I didn't know like he's a battle or 2 away from being a very important piece of like URL's roster. Because every time it's just performance of the night, battle of the night. I can't speak any higher on it. He beat the shit out of the Saga. 3-0. Bad. Saga was not very good either. He got better as the battle went on, but there ain't really nothing to talk about. He choked away the first. It wasn't a performance to speak on for real.
Damn.
Chris Tex, the floor is yours.
Listen, man. Been a fan of Oppa, obviously, for a very, very long time. I actually just rewatched this battle again last night, specifically for Oppa rounds. He's really he's like that, man. It was so entertaining. I know everyone's big on the second round. I thought the first was amazing as well. I actually did. I like the third too. He won the third too. It was a 30. It was a dirty 30. But specifically that second was absolutely insane, man. And it's so I love seeing his progression and what he's doing on URL. I know a lot of people wondered if his style would translate onto URL. It does. I don't know how else, but it does. Like his style is just great, and he's doing so many other things too. I mean, he made it to like the top 24 finalists for Wildin' Out. Shout out to him for that. I'm not sure how that turned out, but that's fire as well. It's just I'm so proud of everything he's doing, and Saga, Saga was stumbly. I want to say all 3. He choked in I want to say it was the second that he actually had to choke in, but still, like I liked Saga's third a little bit, but it was still a little stumbly as well. I don't know. He's got to get back in his bag. I mean, most people probably won't see it, but on Saturday he battled on iBattle. He was the main event. He battled Dallas Cash, and he was stumbling, choking all 3. So it wasn't the greatest performance then, and then and I feel like coming back to URL, like he had to kind of make a statement the same way Makk Myron just did. Saga hasn't battled on URL in a very long time, and he just got dog walked by Oppa.
He was so fire last year too, bro. Like this guy beat, like really clearly beat Danny Myers in half. Like,
oh yeah, Danny Myers was good.
And he's good at the battles. Like I'm not saying this. I see KO face. I'm not the biggest Saga fan. I'm not saying he reinvented the wheel, but he's good in them battles, man. At least good enough to not be ass when he battles Oppa. Like you just don't. I didn't see it going down the way it went down, but yo, man, I can't speak highly enough.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm gonna segue into this real quick, Frank, by saying I did see it going like this. As I told you on our preview, that this was going to be a dirty 30. I said Saga's living off his B-Dot rooftop battle credit for too long. And shout out to Capo Bravado.
How long ago was that?
When it's Capo Bravado.
So long ago.
Shout out to Capo Bravado because he said that Oppa has a way to make old angles new, and he hit the nail on the head with that one. Oppa is, I might as well keep going for the spiciness. Oppa's everything y'all told me Eunice was before I knew who either one of them was. And
oh my God.
I'm not trying to share Eunice. I'm not trying to share Eunice. I'm just saying, I remember the talk before I knew who any of these cats were, and I was like, all right, let me check them out. But everything they used to tell me about Eunice, this is what I'm seeing from Oppa. Oppa is amazing talent. Like he's just rounded. He's like you ever seen a singer? I forget the dude's name. This was years ago on American Idol. He did like whenever he would do covers, he would like make it his own type of Blend. Am I frozen?
Nah, we listening to you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, everybody. He did it like his own type of riffs, like his covers of classic songs had like a rock and roll type of flair. Get the dude name from a long time ago, but it got so interesting and exciting. You wanted to see what he was how you gonna take this song and make it sound new. Oppa gives me that feeling of like I know, even if I know the game plan, I know he's gonna do it in a way like it's just exciting. It's like I can't wait to see how he's gonna do it. And I tell you no lies, the brother is extremely talented. It's like the writing level is like, again, everything y'all say about Klutz that I don't see, I see with Oppa. I mean,
you're doing a lot now.
No. This is perfect because I'm a segue to that. Go ahead, brother.
The Eunice one, I disagree a little, but it's I get what he's trying to go. I don't want the Klutz one.
No, I like the Klutz. Go ahead, Chayo. Keep going. You serving it up, and I'm gonna dunk it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. My phone was breaking up, so I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Finish your thought.
Oppa is just. I'm truly impressed. I know. Let's Talk Battle Rap. I'm ranked #1. He hasn't let go of that expectation since he's been in his URL journey, and I'm just like excited to see Oppa. I can't wait to see his next battle. I was tired of Saga giving him 5s and trying to Saga. Enough, Saga. Enough. I'm done with Saga. I'm done. You had your moments.
Every time he dapped them up, it was a bomb.
New talent.
The saga ends.
Nah, the saga does not continue. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna say. Oh wait, but Chris, did you have one more point you wanted to make, Chris, before we?
I forgot what it was.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Oppa's second round for me. Oppa's first was good, but Oppa's second round is generational. That second round that's when you put your flag down and say, "I'm here."
Yeah,
I'm going to reference that, and I hope he clips that up and posts it all over social media and gets every view that he deserves, because that second round was phenomenal. As far as Oppa goes, the last time we seen him was on Volume. Before that, he did his thing with the Perfect 10. He has created such a separation between himself and his class that reminds me of the way Eunice created his separation. Oppa is ready. I've never been more sure of Oppa being ready than right now. I want to see Oppa and Klutz open a big card, and I want to see how that battle goes. I think the biggest threat to Klutz right now is Oppa. Oppa is really showcasing just he's himself. When I watch an Oppa battle, I don't care whether he wins or loses. I just want to see the artistic decisions he makes. It's refreshing. It's a great approach. It's humorous. It makes you think. It's well written, well rapped. Oppa is ready, and I love that he's himself. I love that everything he's doing. Oppa is ready to go. URL, lock in, give him the push that y'all gave Eunice. Oppa is ready right now. I want to see who he battles next. Saga, this was your return. Saga, you just beat Av. You just beat Danny Myers. Like, this is not how you return to URL. You even, last time we seen you on URL, I think it was Lou Castro. You were phenomenal. They were literally outside battling, and he did his thing against Lou Castro. I don't know if that's the last time.
Out for Netflix. That's maybe Swamp is who you're thinking of, bro.
Was it? No, because he battled Lou Castro.
He battled Lou Castro on he'll probably rejoin. I know, but he battled Lou Castro on the Netflix joint when they did the Netflix alleyways a long time.
that never dropped.
It never dropped, and allegedly he got his ass whooped. But I'm just saying, like,
nah,
that just was there. I think
but I would say that the Av and the Saga were wins.
I can't hear you, Frank.
You can't hear me?
Smo, you hear him?
I hear him. I can't.
Oh, I see him talking, but I don't hear him.
You might gotta go and come back. You want to go and come back?
He's saying, there you go.
Okay.
We know.
Okay. But yeah, so it was Av and Danny. Those were 2 wins that we seen from him.
Wins too.
Huh?
Those are big wins. Like,
yeah, Av and Danny. Those were great wins. So it's like Saga coming back and doing this is kind of crazy. Oppa is now 1-1 with the Horsemen. I had A Ward beating him at iBattle, and now he's beating Saga here. Loso, come outside. Come outside, Loso. He won't hurt you, I promise. But Oppa is ready. URL, give him that push, man. Oppa is ready.
They're going to give him the push, by the way. They're definitely going to give him the push. You can see the way Smack reacts to Oppa.
Yeah,
Smack
man.
loves Oppa.
Fantastic trajectory. He's doing everything the right way. So what were you going to say, Cheo?
I want to say one thing about everything you said is spot on. Exactly what I think. I'm anxious to see the artistry. Oppa is he clearly, to me, he's clearly the number one out of the perfect 10.
100%.
Is that disrespectful to anybody in the perfect 10, or is that
everyone agrees with you?
100%. His separation is crazy too. So
am I wrong to say, is it like, what would be the next move for Oppa? Because, like, I mean, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole because we recap it, but I'm just saying, I look at Oppa like, I see him just, you know what's so crazy is? It was some levity earlier when I compared him to Eunice and Klutz, but I am serious. I think his separation is way more pronounced and those two brothers are talented too. I'm not saying they're not talented, but it's like Oppa's like a breath of fresh air. I'm more than impressed with Oppa.
I'll tell you what his next move is, Kale. His next move is July 25th against Mike P.
Let's go.
Titan.
Let's go. Titan X. It's lit. July 25th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now later, if we got time, we will be previewing a certain card, and I might have to add a little. There's a new challenger in the multiverse. But, you know,
shout out Moo.
Let's just move along. I knew he was gonna find a way to go ahead, Ishmael.
I was just gonna say for his next URL battle, if I just have to think off the top of my head, and it's not guys on this call out list, but if he battled either Jerry West or JC, I know they're two very different challenges, but like I'm ready to see him like lock in with somebody. Like by the time Eunice's first 300 on URL was fucking Miss Hustle. So like, you know, I'm ready. I think Oppa is worthy of like one of those two battles. I think it would make sense. So.
Klutz, Jada Nightwing, Danny Myers, JC, come outside, man.
Yeah, I think Oppa Klutz could be a great opener for.
I love Oppa and Klutz on a big stage opener. Yep. Look at some. Now keep those new guys down. Okay. Next battle, Sheed versus Mike P. I'm gonna set it off here and then let y'all go. Every other prediction, every other recap that everybody told me, y'all was all full of shit. Y'all all lied to me. However, when y'all told me that Sheed Happens versus Mike P was a 30, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I didn't want to believe it. I watched the battle. It's exactly what happened. Sheed got every round. Salute to Mike. Mike was very good. I loved his material, but I don't see a single round from Mike. I see Sheed getting every single round, with the third being one of the most refreshing approaches to this Mike P angle. Sheed, well done. Performance, laying on Mike when he was rapping. It's just, you did too much. You did too well. Let's stop playing with Sheed Happens. Let's get him some plates too. Let's just stop playing. It's Sheed Happens season. Well done, Sheed Happens. Very proud of you. Salute. Mike P, you're the GOAT. You've been doing your numbers. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all. You beat Eunice and lost to Sheed. You're about to see Oppa. So the DMV smoke is in the air. His text, take the floor.
Listen, man, we've been talking about it the last couple of performances, and I still am a firm believer. I think she deserves to be on a big stage. And I know I just mentioned, Oppa Klutz opening up. So I think she needs to be on one of these big cards as an opener. He's proven himself time and time again. I think that performance against Mike is the only one that's kind of in contest with Oppa for performance of the night. You know, I think it was that good. I think Mike was good. I do think Mike was good all rounds. I think Mike has been good since he's been back on URL. Every single battle has been good, entertaining. But she beat him every round. I agree. I had it as Sheed 30. He's just so entertaining to watch. And then, you know, watching him live is just something else, man. I've had the pleasure of watching him live a couple times, and it's just so... the way he commands a room, his performance, like everything. Like he's really good. Like he's really, really good. And I think he deserves any plate that URL gives him at this point. He was amazing. I don't have any other words to say. Like he was great. 30.
Yep. Cheo, talk to us.
All I'm gonna do is echo Chris's sentiments. I did prognosticate that this would be a 3-0. Mike did better than what I did say, though. I will admit. He did better than what I said. Sheed is just in championship form right now. He needs to be rewarded with a big stage performance.
Trophies.
He really does. Sheed has been phenomenal lately. His battle last year with Jay, the low Supreme battle. He's just in championship form. Mike was better than what I expected, but it was to no avail. It's just not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. It's exactly how you called it. You said it was going to be a 30.
And I remember watching that video. You was talking crazy, and I thought you were out of your mind because I view Mike as better talent as Sheed happens. But maybe a little bit of volume to catch up to Mike because it's not a weak performance. But I mean, dude, look at the material he gave Nitty and Rock. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you haven't won and losing the battles. I think at least the Rock battle is pretty debatable. But yeah, no, he lost 3-0. And I think the bigger conversation here beyond just the performance itself is kind of what Sheed's been shooting for, what you guys are asking for is like, is this the year that Sheed touches a solo Gnome or SM? He's actually been on Gnome, but it was in the 2-on-2. And that battle.
He was the best. He was the best part of that.
Yo, that battle sucks except for Sheed happens. Everything else about that battle sucks. And it's just like, yo, but Sheed's kind of like doing all right in this weird 1 hour surprise battle. And I think it goes to show like his talent, like what he does in a small room are kind of things that could amplify on a big stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it proved it there. Like he might even be more powered up there. I question, I'm not going to say his consistency, but kind of like, it's not about him like choking per se, even though the Quest battle was a bad look, but like the O-Red battle just doesn't like, even though the mics, I also thought he handled it rough. Like I think O-Red at least was okay under the circumstances, and like it's those wins and losses, kind of peaks and valleys have stopped him, but he's got the glow right now. A Mike win on URL is huge in the fashion that he did it in, and showed separation. And I just think my one question is, who do you guys want to see Sheed Happens battle if he hypothetically makes a Gnome or an SM? Like what's the battle that makes it make sense?
So there's 3 potential battles. Cortez, I just did an interview with him. He called out Sheed Happens and wants to battle him on a big stage.
That's not happening.
Rum Nitty, that battle. Stuff happens. I've been waiting for that.
Happens. Come on.
Way too long. We got to spin on Stuff Happens. That was crazy. Let me calm down. Also, Fonz. Fonz is another battle that I would love to see with Sheed Happens. DNA, ironically, I was talking to DNA and he said that of all the new guys that Sheed was the one he wanted to battle.
DNA and Sheed would be crazy.
And I thought that was fire. I didn't even think of it until he said it.
DNA would never return to that, but I remember even when he said at the time, like he was being picky about who he'd return for, he said then after that I'll battle Jay, Sheed. Like you can kind of tell the people that he already wants to battle if he ever comes back. But no, man, I think
Nitty. I mean, is that crazy?
Nitty is the best.
That's the one. That's the one.
Am I selfish to want that in a small room though? Is that selfish?
Yes.
Now you, Mr. Keep the new guys down.
Okay. So y'all okay with it being a big stage battle?
Yes.
Okay.
If he's gonna make it to the stage, that's probably how he does it.
Yes.
Okay. I want to see that. So, Sheed, if you watch this, time to promo because promos do get you nitty battles. You remember how we got this Stuff Happens. And you need to go spin for that. Okay. The final battle.
Let's go.
This is the one. The headliner.
Come on.
It all started with a space where Hansel said Cortez was ass. I immediately asked Cortez to pull up to the space because anytime somebody's being talked about, I always extend an invitation so they can come defend themselves. Cortez pulled up. Nasty words were exchanged. Battle took 10 years to get set up. It finally got set up. It happened. And Hansel's on the timeline saying that nobody's talking about it. So we're here talking about it now. I'm going to start with Jay Smo, who Hansel does not have the biggest affinity for. Smo, how do you call Cortez versus Hansel?
Yeah, I've noticed he don't really say my name, but he say my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this prominent blogger's cute though? I appreciate that. But regardless, I think Hansel and Cortez is I think it's a very good result for Hansel, to be honest with you. I think it's a pretty good battle overall, but I definitely think it's more of a one-sided battle as well. And I kind of held the sentiments that I did from the first time that I watched it. Hansel 3-0. Like, I do think that the first is close. I see some of you trying to give Cortez like, yeah, he got the first. I guess, bro, you can have it. I don't like either of their first. I think both of their first by far both of their weakest rounds of the battle. No question, in my opinion. I thought it was okay. You get to the second round of the battle, and this is where me and Frank have disagreed. We've talked a little bit. I know Frank is not a fan of the first half of Hansel's second with the angle, which I think as a whole
inaccurate.
Is, here's the thing. When people, because he said his first headline was Ascension, and just not knowing shit. And I've made fun, and I know Hansel doesn't like when I critique him as an angler, but like dumb shit like this is why I think like he shouldn't angle as much as he does, because it's just like you're just wrong. You just rapped about. But I get at the base of it, a lot of people attack Cortez for his lack of impact. Like, oh, you've been here this long, you're this type of vet, but no one builds cards around you. And there's themes of it that people will agree with, because like Cortez hasn't just headlined like a ton of URL events. Like Ascension is in like a short list, you know what I'm saying, of events. So I kind of get what the point is, but when you make mistakes like that in how you set it up, someone like Frank will question the execution. But regardless, the second half of his round, he's just rapping so much better than Cortez. He really spends most of the battle rapping better than Cortez. The whole second half of his second, I don't know how you want to go about the first. I think there's still elements of the angle that I like, but even if you fully discredited that, I didn't think Cor was saying nothing that crazy in his second. I've seen stronger Cortezes. I even like some of his moments versus Fonz, and I thought he lost that battle too, but I liked him more in that. Like, I expected more from Cortez in this battle, and Cortez's third is actually like pretty good in my opinion, but then Hansel's third is the best round of the battle. Though, and then that's the flip side where Hansel's clearly also getting better as an angler. I don't think he's great, but then like the second there's mistakes, the third round when and a lot of people have been fucking Core up with the angle about his son lately. And at the end of the day, your life is an angle. It's battle rap. You know, everything's on the table. And Hansel was bombing. That type of moment right there, clear win in a grudge versus Cortez. I want to see Hansel versus another top tier next. I want to see Hansel versus Av. Like, I want to see Allen just go his way, bro. And I think here's the thing, even if I'm not a fan of everything a guy does, it's about being fair. He did what he was supposed to do. There should be an upgrade or at least the same level competition given in his next plate.
I like that. Chris Tex, the floor is yours.
Smo mentioned earlier, not right now, but earlier he mentioned, people, the goal is always to see who's going to be the next top tier, right? And I think this battle kind of separated Hansel from that class that he's been tied down to, the last like 3 or 4 classes. I feel like Hansel now, for me, could be one of the next ones. Obviously, he's not top tier right now, right? I'm not saying he is, but I feel like after this battle, I look at him like, okay, he could be one of the guys to carry URL going forward. It was that good. It was a grudge match. I had Hansel winning every single round. I'm not gonna lie. Cortez was good. We could give what I called, the pity rounds to the first or whatever, but Hansel won all 3, even with his information being wrong. I'm not gonna lie, he still was bombing. Frank, you making the face, but man, listen, whether you have it 2-1 or 3-0, everybody has it Hansel winning the battle. I have not seen one person say Cortez won the battle. So Hansel won the battle, and it was big. It was a grudge match. We waited a couple cards to finally get it, and he completed the assignment. I mean, he did what he had to do, and I feel like he's on his way from kind of like separating from that class, like the way Eunice kind of separated, the way Oppa is currently separating. I feel like Hansel's kind of doing that right now. And yeah, I had it 30. Like Frank's gonna tell me how it's a 2-1, and but nah, it's not. The first watch I had it at 30. And the second watch, I even watched the second time, people saying, oh, Cortez won this round. I still have it at 30. Yeah. Sorry, man.
Teo, go ahead, brother.
This is what battle rap. This is what I missed from battle rap. This was a real grudge match. Mm-hmm. This was a really good battle. This was good on both sides. I liked their first rounds. I didn't love them. I agree with their weaker rounds, but I still enjoyed their first rounds. Mm-hmm. You know what it comes down to? 3 things. One, and I meant to say this for Oppa too earlier, good pre-writing, pre-butterlings, seeing what they're going to say and writing ahead of time. Very smart from this younger class, these newer class. I know Hansel's in the older class than Oppa, but I'm just saying in general, this newer talent, doing really good pre-writing. 2, hunger. Hunger has been a separation for a lot of these battles. Mike P was good, but she was just on another level. But aside from that, a lot of these other battles that we were talking about was like the hunger. You can hear the hunger. And then third, and last but not least, is wordplay by Cortez was elite. I know that's his saying, but really his wordplay, his punches He has some really crazy word playing punches.
Thank you.
But real talk beats punches all day. It's different. It's like rock paper scissors with when you go from angling the punches and the real talk. Real talk will beat a puncher every day because Hansel was talking to this man with the disdain and disgust of a person that like it was so tangible. It doesn't mean that Cortez was ass. Cortez wordplay was elite. Some of them punches was like that's when people say Cortez is a legend or Cortez is underrated. But Hansel's real talk to him, like his venom for him and his son's situation, and you had never seen that. You can't beat that with punches. You can't. You can be as creative as you want. It doesn't stop the damn, you're right. Like, and that was the difference. I mean, it was a great game plan, great strategy, high battle rap IQ. Hansel clamors for these these high level names, these top tier names, and he didn't drop the ball. He 30'd them. I had it as a 30.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I hate everybody that called the battle of 30. So with that said,
that's
all of y'all. I hate all of y'all. So round one, I think Cortez did some fantastic rapping. So I gave Cortez the first. Hansel's first was okay. It was okay. The second, I thought Cortez once again rapped well, but it was way too short of a round. I don't know what that was about, but the round was hella short. Now the first half of Hansel's second, I hated because it was inaccurate. But the second half of Hansel's second, he was bombing. I mean, bombing. And in the third, there is no question as to who got the third. That's a very clear round for Hansel. And I have to say this to Cortez. You're going to have to – I hate hearing people talk about their kid that's locked up. Free Nesto. My son is locked up. I hate that. But the reality is that Fonz whooped Cortez with this angle. And now Hansel has also whooped Cortez with this angle. You're going to have to start doing some counter-writing. Yeah, you're going to have to start doing some counter-writing because this is now two people who have cleared you in the third with this angle. So you can't just go into these battles rapping good. It's just not going to be enough. Hansel, you said he was ass. He's clearly not ass, but you won this battle, and that means something. And I'm sorry, but Hansel has put in so much work. His resume is ridiculous. It is now time for Hansel to also get a look of some sort because y'all gave him a headlining battle, and he delivered. He won the battle, and you can't say nothing else about Hansel. Hate him or love him, Hansel has done what he's supposed to do. So it's time for a little bit of reciprocation here and for URL to give him a plate. I'm not mad at Cortez versus Av. Fonz personally told me that he wants to battle Hansel. There was talks. Rock went up to champion and said he wanted to battle Hansel. I don't think Rock and Hansel should happen right away. I think that's too soon. But I want to see Hansel get a good plate. I think Cortez and Av is the right direction. Hansel and Av is the right direction. I think that's a fantastic follow-up battle from what we just seen. So to sum it up, Hansel is ready for a look, Oppa is ready for a look, and Sheed Happens is most definitely ready for a look.
Agreed.
Salute to those three people who did exactly what they were supposed to do on this card. Y'all got a chance to carry a card. Y'all did what y'all was supposed to do. Overall, I still think this card wasn't the craziest, partially because of we didn't get to see the vets be at their best. But with all of that said, salute to those three gentlemen, and I hope that they get the looks they deserve because all three of them did what they were supposed to do.
What was those three names again?
Sheed Happens, Hansel, and Oppa. Those three deserve a look. I want to see Topfloor continue to be consistent because he has now stepped up to every challenge. We can't negate the fact that Consensus has him 30ing two opponents. That's kind of crazy. I think Topfloor Loot, we got to look and assess what's the next look for him. Let's stop undervaluing him because he's clearly here to stay. Gorilla, get your shit together because you're too talented not to. So, that's that. And was there anybody else that we missed? I think we talked about the whole card.
No,
it
was like a mid card with a couple good performances, and mid has such a negative connotation, but it's the middle, like it's average. It was an average card, but I agree. Hansel, Sheed, Oppa, biggest winners of the card, and there's different matchups versus top tier names that I could think of for all three of them right now. I think so.
Chris, I know you got Okay, I'll let you go right after Chris, because Chris got to go. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. You know, I got to dip soon. I know you guys. If you are gonna stay and talk about Civil War coming up, I don't
Should we
know.
wait for Chris, y'all? Should we wait another day and wait for Chris?
Nah, y'all don't have. If you want, I
We
could
can, yeah, we
speed
can-
run.
we
I can
can
speed
wait,
run
we can
some
wait.
predictions right now. If you
Oh,
want me,
if
Yeah, let him speed run. Let him speed run. some
Okay.
predictions real quick.
come
Do
on.
you want me to run the
let me
card
do a
down
little
for you?
speed run.
Okay, let me run it down for you. Hold on, let me get the card. Okay, so all right, we'll do that then. Schmo, you got Tom? You good?
Yeah, we can run it.
I'll make it quick. Trust me. Give me like 4 minutes and I'll get through it.
That's what she said. All right, here we go. Monsta versus Muuuwop.
Love this battle, man. Shout out Moo for being on URL. I think Moo is taking this super seriously. I got Moo winning this battle 2-1.
O-Red versus Makk Myron.
Jersey's in the building. I got Makk 2-1.
Ace Amin versus JC. Saying Jersey and then saying that is crazy.
So I don't know if this battle is happening. I know there's a lot of drama around that. Ace saying he's done rapping and saying he's gonna get his lawyers.
He's 100% rapping.
He's 100. You said it's Ace versus who?
Oh, I don't.
Ace Amin versus JC. 1000% happening.
Honestly, if it does happen, I got Ace, man. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear Ace rapping, and we got to kind of see him versus the Shank Blade, right? Shank Blade. And he was kind of crazy in a little one round. I'm excited to see Ace. I want to see Ace focused. I want to see Ace not choking and prepared. And when at the end of the day, if he is, he's really one of the best writers in this shit. Like I really stand on that. Like he could rap really fucking good. And not obviously we're going against JC, also one of the best pens ever in battle rap. But I like Ace in this one for some reason, man. I got Ace 2-1.
Ill Will versus J2.
I think this battle is going to be absolutely hilarious. I cannot wait for this battle, and I got Ill Will winning because Ill Will is literally one of my favorites of all time. I got Ill Will winning 2-1, but J2's been killing shit, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if J2 surprises everybody and wins the battle. But I personally got Ill Will winning in what's going to be the most hilarious battle.
Loso versus Swamp.
Oh, finally, Loso versus Swamp. I think I got Swamp. I got Swamp 2-1. Shout out Loso, but I got Swamp winning this battle, man. I know we've been waiting for this one for a little bit too. But Swamp to me is one of the. I mean, it's been a couple years now, but I feel like the Rock battle kind of put him in that top tier. He's finally, consistently people say Swamp is top tier. I think he continues that, and yeah, I got Swamp winning that 2-1.
Chef Trez versus Klutz.
Ooh.
Take your time.
Listen, I really appreciate what Klutz does. His pen, the way he kind of like what you said about Oppa. You kind of go into it and see like the creative thinking and what they come up with. I kind of feel like that a little bit with Klutz too when I watch a Klutz battle. But history tells me never to go against Chef Trez. He just doesn't lose battles clear. Like his win percentage in battle rap has to be top 5. Like he just doesn't lose clear. Like he's just a machine. He's a machine. So I will never predict against Chef Trez. I got Chef Trez 2-1.
Fair enough. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, Chris Tex. Appreciate you pulling up.
Appreciate y'all, man. Take care.
Salute. Fellas, is everybody all right, or do we call it a day?
I'm living
Leave it up
It's
to
your
y'all.
world, Frank. It's your world.
Leave
You
it
know
up
what I
to
mean?
y'all. Whatever y'all want to do, I'll do.
I mean, I got a 10 minutes. We could get through this. I mean, we could go through however you know what I mean? Hey,
Okay,
come on. I'm in Jersey.
Let's run it. We don't got to
Okay, let's do it.
We'll talk about it crazy on the recap. So we just give our predictions, you know what I'm saying, what we expect.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll start. Monsta versus Muuuwop. I already know what Cheo's going to say, so Smoke, you got the floor.
What's he going to say, Moo?
That's his guy. That's his man.
Shit, I'm saying Muuuwop too, so ain't nothing finna change over here. I think, but I like because I'd be joking, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these newer talents, I just think like we don't kick people to the curb fast enough sometimes. Some of these guys you could weed out quick, but a guy like Monsta hasn't gotten a look, and Monsta, Monster's good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Hell
and
yeah.
that's just funny how shit works sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I think he could very well win this battle too, because there's a place that he can take himself, like haymaker, like bomb wise, like it's an energy Muuuwop. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Lamont's to be barking in there, but Muuuwop just talked that shit, man. His style was built for, you know what I'm saying, URL stage. I think he could have a quick ascension, but he's got to get to it though. Nothing like the clone performance. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some shit like that. The next performance, like the Justise battle, like the Jay Moore battle. Like this guy, and this is another guy that the first couple battles when he battled, what was it? Lee L&D, bro. I was like, man, I'm not hearing none of this. This guy's no. Like,
he's improved greatly though.
I remember me and Frizz used to argue all the time. I'm like, I don't think he's got nothing. He's got, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Guy got better and better quickly too. Clearly worked at his craft. And right now, him on URL, I'm excited for. He might be out of the new guys. They had that top 10. Muuuwop shooting at least in the top 2 or 3 conversation. Muuuwop at least number 2. Yo, Muuuwop done beat Justise and Oppa.
I was just gonna start with that was the first thing I was gonna say. So we got to talk about Muuuwop a little differently.
I think, yeah, Muuuwop. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see. I don't think it's be anything like the Tex debut. I think Muuuwop's going to knock out the park. So I got Muuuwop winning the battle 2-1. But like I said, a lot of respect for Monsta. He definitely can win. This is a good like new guy scrap. I think this battle could be really, really good. So
agreed. Where you at with it, Cheo? The floor is yours.
See, if Frank did his homework, Smo, he would know that I've been a big Monsta fan since his J2 battle. He's explosive. He barks. Everything that Smo said. And I'm happy that he's getting this look, and I hope that we get a classic because I think Monsta is fire. I think he did have a showing recently. I forget against who that it was not the best Monsta. This was like a few months ago, maybe a little more. I'm getting old, but
I think it was Sniper. I want to say it was Sniper. Maybe it wasn't Sniper, but go ahead.
It was on a big
Johnny Ice. Was it Johnny Ice?
I can't remember, but I remember a lot of people didn't know him, and I was like, "Yo, Monsta fire!" And it wasn't the best Monsta. It really wasn't. However, he's still working out. He's still growing. Him on 10 is very explosive, very barking, very shotgun Suge in his prime type era. So I'm excited to see Monsta. Now on the Muuuwop, who I am picking for this battle. Muuuwop is the anomaly. He's the anomaly. Schmo is right. In his early career, Battle Academy, and then into the trenches, I wasn't really too sold either. His battle with Prezi was, it was cool. But ever since he was on the hot seat at the trenches before all falling out, I'm talking about when he had to battle Jay Moore, he went on a 30 streak versus Jay Moore.
Crazy.
He had a goodie with King. The last time he lost was against King in the tournament, just to give you a point of reference. And that was a goodie, but King definitely won, but it was a goodie. But he 30 Jay Moore, and it was a good Jay Moore. He beat Clone in a battle where it's like, but he did beat Clone. He 30'd Oppa. And then I remember I didn't know Oppa as well as I know him now. And I see Oppa terrorizing the URL right now. And all I'm thinking of is he 30'd him easily. Like it wasn't even like it was a good Oppa, but Muuuwop is an anomaly. He's street. He throws in his little conspiracy bars. He does a little bit of Muuuwop. He does the intangibles, like what you were saying about Topfloor loot. Muuuwop is an anomaly. I'm glad he's on URL. I'm excited for his look. He's going right to a main card. I'm sure people are not liking that because a lot of people have to go through different processes. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to this battle. I'm looking forward to Muuuwop. I see a lot of Muuuwop debut on my timeline. People are just like happy about his debut. If Muuuwop plays his cards right, if he plays his cards right, he's going to be in the driver's seat. And as far as that top 10, listen, Justise, I like Justice's performance against Makk Myron. And Justise and Oppa is like the top 2. Let's Talk Battle Rap, which make sure you get into it. Let's Talk Battle Rap. They have them as their top 2, and they deserve that. And I see Muuuwop 30 both of them. So I know it doesn't mean if you beat A and then B beat C, doesn't mean A beat C. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying this is a problem. If you're new a talent in the URL system, you need to be on alert. So I got Muuuwop.
I agree. I think y'all said everything needs to be said. I do think that Muuuwop could come to the URL and really flourish. I've always thought that Muuuwop could beat Monsta. Muuuwop has beaten Jay Moore, Oppa, and Justise. And I don't think it's going to go any different for Monsta because Monsta's not as good as those last three. Now, I like Monsta a lot. I'm a huge fan of Monsta, but I make it very clear when I think someone's going to get beat. If he wins, I'm going to publicly apologize, but I got Muuuwop winning. It's pretty clear. 2-1 clear.
But
it's going to be...
Too. You know,
oh, yeah, Monsta beat Jay too.
Like, Monsta's beating some people. That's why I feel like it's not... But it's just everything is right. Like, Muuuwop is the excitement. Muuuwop debuting is what matters kind of here. A lot of people even know Muuuwop that don't know Monsta. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like with all that pressure, you know, you either crumble, like we kind of saw with Tex, or you rise to the occasion. And I just think Muuuwop is not the type to just go out in there and just not be good.
And he hasn't. Under tremendous pressure, he hasn't. So I think this is nothing new for him. And I think Muuuwop is going to do exactly what he needs to do. But if Monsta wins, you know, I'll get right on here and say, hey, I was wrong. But yeah, Muuuwop 2-1.
I want to go on the record saying Muuuwop 30, though. I want to be clear. I say that.
That's possible.
That's here we go again. Here we go again. Okay. This next one is O-Red versus Matt. Oh, did we lose him?
Probably. He just got a load. He'll realize and reload.
O-Red versus Makk Myron. Where you at with it, Schmo?
I think it's a cool battle, really RBE type of battle. Funny enough, I'm surprised it didn't actually happen there in the past. But I got Red pretty clearly beating Makk Myron. I don't know what people realize, but in that little Orlando room, Red be in there with the
wildin'.
Like it's the Miss Hustle rematch was one. He beat Chilla Jones in there. He was really good in that. He beat K Chaos in there.
He lost to Jack. But go ahead.
He lost it. He ain't losing no Jack.
I had Jack 2-1.
No, you had Jack, but did he lose? No, you have a lot of things. I can't trust you. Regardless, but Jack's really good. It's actually a good battle. I don't want to play Jack, but like he'd be winning. Like he'd be really good.
Red's one of them.
I always say O-Red in a room with like 70 or less people is like almost like pound for pound top 10 in the world. It just gets harder for him with stages. It's just always been he's a pen. That's not that crazy, but he's better than Makk Myron. Like I think Makk is a good battler, but I just think O-Red is O-Red that I also think will be locked in at that. Like I don't see, because that's another thing. Choking hurts O-Red, right? He ain't been doing that recently, especially not on URL. I don't see him doing that now, and his talent is just better. So maybe someone flat out disagrees. It's not even disrespect to Makk, because I think Makk is like a solid vet, mid-tier, but like better than others, has like flares, and like when he does have his really good performances, he shows more than people he's probably usually like ranked with. But there's a reason he's ranked there, and O-Red's a former champion of the year. So
I'm not gonna lie, O-Red to me, the trajectory has always been phenomenal in the beginning, and then there was a shaky mid period, and then he came back and was phenomenal again. With O-Red, it's interesting to see what O-Red we're gonna get, but when O-Red is on 10, he's one of them. He's one of the best. So I expect O-Red to be really good. I just seen Makk be really good. I'm gonna say O-Red 2-1. I'm gonna say O-Red 2-1.
It's a favorable environment for him. Like he gets more benefit from being in this type of room than Makk does.
I agree. Ace Amin versus JC. How you calling that?
I agree with Chris. We'll see if it happens. I think that'd be pretty cool. This is gonna be Ace's first 3-rounder on URL since Suge. Hey, so you want to talk about somebody bags have a lasting impression? You know what I'm saying? He's having a fantastic year up until those Marvin Suge battles happen, particularly the Suge one. But the matchup on paper is obviously amazing. Like if you're telling me like the Ace Amin that I know like what he can be, and we do that with so many battle rappers. Sports in just such a bad state right now, but it's the truth. Like when he's on, him and JC is a fantastic matchup. There can be deeper dialogue. Like I don't think JC gets enough credit for having battles that have like real like him like subject matter. Like him and B-Dot had real subject matter. Him versus Iron Solomon, like real subject matter. Religious discourse, historic discourse. Like the guy is very intelligent and can get in that bag. Ace is someone that can also do the exact same thing. But I'm taking JC. It's irresponsible to predict Ace, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, will it happen? And if it happens, will he be clean? And if he's clean, will he just be better than JC, who's like a top 20 battle rapper ever? So there's just so many different things that like points in the direction of JC. But the battle has so much potential. Unfortunately, that's also a sentence you could just say about Ace Amin. So it'll go as far as he takes it. And if he shows up on bullshit, it could. This is like a JC body, that's not something that I think is like crazy to predict or like foresee either. But I'm gonna go JC 2-1, and I'm gonna hope it's the battle that I know it can be.
Well, one battle that people don't talk about a lot is JC versus Foots. I thought JC was phenomenal in that band setting. He put foot to ass on Foots. So I really enjoyed that, but I'm very interested to see what he does against someone who angle punches with substance. I think Ace has been ready. He obviously had that good showing against Tex, but it was a 1-rounder. But I am putting all the chips on Ace Amin to have a fantastic showing.
Talking to him. I don't know. You have something else invested in this. I don't know, and you don't got it either because I know you're you. But I'm just saying you got something. There's something.
I'm an Ace Amin fan.
Yeah, you're a fan. You're everyone's fan.
I'm not an O-Red fan.
This fan. How can I ever as your favorite move? But yes, I get it.
Favorite move. No, I think if we get the Ace that battled Nitty, if we get the Ace that battled Clean Paper or Ars, there's a version of Ace. There's a version of Ace that can show up and really do work, and I'm hoping that's the version that shows up.
JC, his talent, man. It's not a lot of people that he couldn't clear. I'm not saying that just automatically means he would, but I think you can understand my view. But you're betting more of the potential, and I've lost hope. So
I understand. I respect it. And I think he needs to come in here and change that narrative. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's overdue for him to do so. But I also am not sleeping on JC. JC is, as you said, top 20, one of the greatest writers in battle rap. So if JC wins, that will not be a shock to me. But I'm betting the house on Ace, man. Ace 2-1. Ill Will versus J2. I love this battle. J2's on a great trajectory. Great showings. He deserves a look. He did interrupt Ill Will's battle with Tay-Rock, so it's kind of funny that we're getting this battle. Ill Will is just, the return has been beautiful. A couple missteps, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm just really happy Ill Will's back outside. I loved his performance against Rock. I loved his performance against Swamp. Ill Will's really one of the best ever, and I'm happy that he's back reminding people. I got Ill Will 2-1. J2 is my guy. Big fan of J2. Big supporter, big ally. But this is Ill Will we're talking about.
Big ally.
Big ally. Big ally. I put the G in LGBTQ, that sounded crazy.
You did not put the G in that. Jesus.
No, but I'm an ally. I'm an ally. Salute to the Alphabet Boys. But no, I do think that this is a great battle. I would like to remind J2 for the third time that Ill Will called him Glitter Knees. So I just wouldn't let that rock if I was J2. You know what I'm saying? So
it's
show this man what time it is.
Man.
Yeah.
I will say I got Ill Will winning. J2 has impressed me battle to battle, and he's beat Chess and T-Top. But the one thing I will say is, like, I don't like to discredit wins, right? So here's the thing. When you beat a top tier where you're really fire and they choke, but it's on a league, it's on a situation that matters. Because, like, I'm not going to discredit the winner for the guy choking. I'm very big on that. That's like a stance I hold. But I think there's a high chance that Ill Will is going to punch back more so in the way a Loso did than a T-Top or a Chess did. I just think that's the reality of it. I think Ill Will, after battle spamming, what do you battle, like 5 times in 6 weekends? And that really could have went worse. A couple people let him get away with it. Sheed let him get away with it. He caught a win over Sheed that he absolutely shouldn't have. It was a big opportunity for Sheed. He kind of dropped the ball there. Real sick. Like I did have him losing that battle, but some people thought he kind of, it didn't turn out that bad, but he needed to just kind of relax for a second. I know he's got this, and he's going to have the Capo battle.
Yeah, Capo battle, August 8th. Yep.
And I don't know, something's just telling me, like, Ill Will is also one of those guys that when he battles down, like, he's body bagged some people, man. Like, like there's guys who are like specialists at that. There's some amazing battlers that don't body that many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a part of their career like that. Like, that's not what they spent. They have better debatables or 2-1 clears and good fights. But Ill Will can smoke someone. I just think the subject matter, how funny he can be. The door is open where even though J2 has been the best that J2 has been in his career, and I'm very impressed, it's a matchup thing. It's just this specific matchup could be problem. So I'm not going to go all the way and say 3-0. I definitely think it could be in the cards. I'm going to go Ill Will 2-1. And I think J2 will be pretty good too. But, J2 is a puncher. Like, that's what J2 is. He's just and I don't want to say just a puncher. A puncher is one of my favorite battle rappers ever. But, like,
he's an angle puncher for real.
But Ill Will does so much more, dude. And that's why Ill Will many times versus Puncher has been successful. Prime B Magic, Av, like he just has the ability. Him and Nitty is a close battle, you know, but even that he was amazing. Something he does versus that style of battle rapper, and he's faced better. So I'm gonna go Ill Will 2-1, but it's not anything in slight to J2. I just think everything's lining up for too good of a talent for him to not take advantage.
I agree, and I'm hype. And you know, we've seen what J2 did against Chess. We've seen what J2 did against T-Top. So J2 is not a stranger to battling big names. Let's see how it goes. Loso versus Swamp. How you call this one? A rebooking?
Oh yeah, I still got Swamp. Not really much change in my prediction for it overall. And I think Loso is, I mean, I think Loso's a good battler. And I think a few guys really, Loso, Mike P, if you really like are in the crates and watching interviews and stuff, like they've kind of really spoken down on Swamp a lot, man. Always a good term, man. They've kind of spoken down on him. So, and I just think it's one of those things where there's a reason that Swamp got ahead of these guys in the game. It's because Swamp's better. Like just because he's not better at your specific style, just because he's not a pen doesn't mean he doesn't do other elite things. Like in battle rap, his real talk, obviously his believability, but the way he portrays it and is able to connect with some of his fans. And he still drops punches here and there that are very good, clever wordplay, the angling, so many different things, man. So I got Swamp 2-1 over Loso. Loso could definitely win. I think it'd be a huge win. One of the bigger wins I think he's had in some time in terms of the level of opponent he's facing. But Swamp's been really good this year too. Just like maybe even the best battle rapper of 2026 so far. So
I would
say, I'm not going to bet against Swamp now.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Swamp's been really on a tear in 2026. We're seeing some great showings, win or lose. I particularly was a huge fan of his clear win over Kid Slade. I thought that was a great performance. I was really impressed.
I hear you.
You had Slade?
I think you could debate it.
Oh, it's crazy, but I hear you. I'm not mad at that. But I had Swamp beating Slade pretty clear. He had a good showing against Ill Will. I think he choked in one of the rounds. He had a good battle with Capo. So Swamp is off to a good start in 2026. I got Swamp as well against Loso. We haven't seen Loso as much in 2026. You know, he got his win. He got his 10 bands. Kick your feet up a little bit, but it's time to kick in the gear. And I think there's going to be a competitive battle. And before we go on to the next battle, I don't know if you want to catch up. Were you able to predict O-Red and Makk Myron?
Before I cut off.
Yeah.
No, I cut off. I got O-Red, the Transformer, not for Jersey bias. I think
of course.
Makk Myron was really good. No, but O-Red is really good on these type of settings. And I think it's gonna be a good battle. I mean, you can't go wrong with a prediction. I think it's close enough that I like punches over jokes, and I think O-Red is going to be punching. But if Makk Myron is as humorous as he was against Justise, I can see that going his way. But I'm going to predict 2-1 O-Red.
Okay, and then Ace Amin and JC?
I got JC 30.
Disgusting. Okay. Anything else you want to say about that battle?
I mean, Ace Amin is really good, but I mean, until Ace Amin showed me consistently that he can deliver. I'm not going to get somebody like JC who's put on countless years of consistency. Obviously, he hasn't won all his battles. Who has? But I mean, why would I predict JC? If you had to put your money on it, would you put your money on Ace Amin?
Yeah, the whole house on Ace Amin.
Maybe we can run that 50 back.
All right, man. Ill Will versus J2. Ill Will versus J2.
Wins this battle. J2 is fire. It was free. I'm obviously.
Oh, you're in the Matrix. You're in the Matrix. We can barely hear you. Say that one more time.
I'm still in the Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, now
Matrix?
you're good. Now you're good.
All right. Sorry about that. I think it's going to be some jokes. This is going to be a humorous battle. I think everyone assumes the elephant in the room. JC sexuality. Ill Will's joking. It is what it is, whether you feel like childish or not. But I expect it to be some type of entertaining. Ill Will is Ill Will. J2 is a very dangerous battler. I've seen J2 get off and get out on a lot of people, including the Oppa battle. He was fired. But I would go with Ill Will. Ill Will. I got to go with Ill Will. I got Ill Will 30. Nobody.
30 is crazy. 30 is crazy. Are you an ally to the LGBTQ community, Chael?
What a hilarious question.
You know, I put the G in LGBTQ. Did you know that, Chael?
Listen, I'm an ally to all my I'm an ally to all my peoples who are oppressed throughout the world or discriminated against. So that extends to my LGBTQ family. I am ABL. I'm able, approved by lesbians everywhere. Listen,
let's just move on. Let's just move on to the next prediction.
It's not that J2 can't beat him. It's that ill will. Ill will is ill. I mean, are we playing games like ill will isn't like insanely good all the time?
100%. Ill will is the go. Okay. Loso versus Swamp.
It's gonna surprise me and be closer than what I'm saying, but I'm gonna go Swamp. I'm gonna go Swamp 30. But it's gonna end up being closer. It's gonna end up being closer. I already know it's gonna end up being closer.
There's a lot of angles on Loso right now, man. Nobody's really gotten to talk about all that shit.
Loso's not the greatest angler though. Like
no, but Loso escaped. When you escape from a great heist, you kick your feet up and you put your guard down. He already heisted the culture.
Crazy. He earned that money. Heist is crazy.
He heisted the culture, and now he's like, all right.
Frank don't care about nothing. Frank don't. You can win around choking. You can recycle. Yo, he stole some deposits. Fuck it, he good. Just come on right back. Like it's just like Frank don't give a fuck about nothing. That's like Battle Rap 2026. I ain't even mad at you. I don't care either.
I watched the blog where you said there's no rules. You said this is the Wild Wild West. I watched your blog, J Smo.
Yeah, what I will say though, that you lose a round if you choking it. I die before I give that one up. The rest of it, y'all got it, bro. Shit messed up.
Okay.
Listen, I got that Loso isn't formidable. He is, and Loso is like really hit or miss, and he's earned his props and he deserves his props. I'm not taking none of his props away. What I'm saying is, when Loso misses, he misses bad. He don't. Some people can be like missing, but Loso he has to be on, and he has been on. So I'm not saying like he can't beat Swamp, and he's not. It's going to end up being closer to what I'm saying. A lot of Mike P and She happens, but it's going to be the same outcome. Swamp is in form right now, and he's gonna 30 him. Nobody.
Amen.
Okay. Make sure you check the chat later, J Smo. Okay, the final battle of the night, headliner, Chef Trez versus Klutz. I'm gonna let J Smo go first. Smo, how you call it?
Headlining?
I think it's the headliner. Yeah.
I will say though, I got Klutz 2-1. I got Klutz 2-1, and I never. Oh God, I mean, and listen, I'm the guy that's up there, putting Chef Trez top 3 year in and year out for champion of the year. Nobody respects and has reviewed his talents and everything he does more, and he absolutely could win the battle. I got to be undebatable. This will not be clear, and the only way it is clear is if Chef Trez wins clear. I don't see it, happening the other way, but. I really like Klutz. The thing about Klutz is that he doesn't battle that much, which I hate. I don't want Klutz battling 10 times a year. When you tell a battler to battle more, they're like, everyone battles 10. I'm not asking you to battle 10 fucking times. Battle like 3 times. Like once every third or like once a season or something like that. But the advantage is that when he pops out, he had that material. The generals have built up, the angles. He's really thought out the opponent. So everything I've seen so far, especially if he's going to show up, which the way I'm sure he respects Trez, he'll show up similar to like his Danny performance. Oh my God. And I don't know. You seen Danny versus Klutz? Kale? You seen Danny Klutz got different versus Danny.
Yep. The I do, one of the greatest moments.
I hate that guy say he beat Danny.
He smoked Danny.
Why you hate that? I don't hate.
He smoked Danny.
I take that back.
Okay.
It's
the JC battle that was debatable.
That's the one that
the JC one is debatable. Or the Chiller one too. People debate that too.
It is. Listen, I ain't with all the.
I'm not sold on Klutz.
What'd you say? You're not sold? Wow.
I'm not sold on Klutz. These next 2 Klutz battles,
he's done so much. You not being sold on him is kind of crazy.
These next 2 battles, he's either going to vindicate me or take my title as best analyst in the game away from me. Man. I am.
You're not sold on Klutz, but Topfloor is going to take over the game, man. I'm just saying, man.
Why?
Shout out
Why? Why are you alley?
Shout out Topfloor. Topfloor Loot is gonna take over the game. Let's go.
I'm sure he is, man. He's doing good. But Klutz
He loves the drive. He loves the smoke. Listen, I'm gonna see if I'm wrong or right about Klutz in these next two battles.
Okay. So you're saying that the JC battle, the Chilla battle, the Danny battle, the Chess battle, the Low Supreme battle, none of these battles have made it very clear that Klutz is a problem out here. None of those battles.
Klutz is not a problem. Klutz is very good.
That is crazy
to say. Who's your problem for?
For anybody else,
your problem for Chef Trez.
Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Don't do none of that throwing around. Please don't do that ever again. I get it. It was a moment. We're clip farming. That's where we're at now.
I hate that.
I hate it. I hate it. And then they tried to prove, they're like, no, it was pre-planned. Like, that makes it better. Like, it
made it worse that it was pre-planned. I hated it.
And I think you could still debate that he beat Chess in that battle. So I'm sure that is looked at by impressive by some. I didn't like that. He could have clearly 30 Chess if he locked in for real in that first round.
For sure.
But I just think he has the firepower to run with the Chef Trez, bro. He's well thought out. He's tailored. And yo, I had Trez beating real sick going in. And look at the way, you know what I'm saying, that sick kind of got after him. So I just think, man, maybe I'm being overzealous. If Chef Trez wins, he's the favorite. But I'm a believer in Klutz, and I think he shows out in this moment.
I'm not mad at that.
You guys watch football?
Yeah,
absolutely. The Steelers fan.
You guys watch football?
Saints fan. Yes. Go ahead.
Steelers, ain't no beef with them. Bears fan. You know, I'm a Bears fan. I remember Rex Grossman hit the league, and we went to the Super Bowl that year, and you know, he was good in the first like 8 to 10 games, and it was like, I remember my brother was saying he's not really that good. It's just they don't have film on him yet.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a little talent and you got film on you. That's Klutz to me. It's not that he's not talented. I don't believe he tried against Trez.
You're in the Matrix because the Matrix is not letting you get off that.
You in the Matrix, but we heard the take though.
No. I muted it.
You're good now.
It's not that I don't think he got talent. It's not that I don't think he got talent. I just think as more tape comes out on him, the reality is going to catch up to him. I could be very wrong in this.
Okay, you are very wrong.
That goes for all sports and battle rap included. Some guys had a good first run till they got figured out. Like, that is a fact. I don't see that happening to Klutz. I don't agree with that, but I don't think that's like a bad take in any competitive field. Like, that's a real.
Okay, let's just run it down. Klutz versus Loso. I had him winning. Some people got Loso. We'll leave that alone.
You got Klutz beating Loso?
I had Klutz.
This where we do too much. He
illiterate. But listen, consensus is Loso won, so I'll leave that alone. Klutz versus JC, debatable battle. I personally had Klutz, but I'm not mad if you had JC. Klutz versus Chilla, I also had Klutz. Not mad if you got Chilla. That's also a close battle. The third round was a little distasteful from Chilla, but it is what it is. Klutz versus Cortez, clear body. Klutz versus Eunice, clear loss. Klutz versus Jackboy, debatable loss, debatable. Klutz versus Danny, 30, not debatable. Very clear win. Klutz versus Chess, 2-1, debatable if you don't like the stunt that he pulled. Klutz versus Low Supreme, Klutz 30. I mean, I could go on and on. There is nothing left to discuss as far as Klutz goes. Klutz is ready. However, this is Chef Trez. This is Chef Trez.
Can I give you some pushback?
With the counterpoint.
Can I give you some pushback?
Go ahead.
On that whole list you ran down, all your clears were against people like Danny was probably the most prominent clear win.
Danny. Yeah.
Right. But Danny also has clear people that we know that he's better than. And I'm not no excuse. He gets his win. I give him his win. What I'm saying is,
brother.
No, he's back.
Oh, am I?
You're good.
What
now.
I'm saying is, I'm gonna know if Klutz is what you say he is by these next two battles. Chef Trez and A-Ward are two clear tests. I've heard people say Klutz should battle Loaded Lux. I've heard people say this. I know you might have tongue in cheek a little bit.
So
Klutz versus Loaded Lux.
One day, yes.
No, not one day. Not even close to one day. Why would even? It's no closer than Topfloor Loot to Loaded Lux.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, now you see what I'm saying?
We're saying anything. I see what's going on.
Didn't they have Lux on FaceTime watching Klutz and giving him props and shit? I mean, listen,
it's not close at all.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate that they bring that up though, and I know Smack said it's like, and I get it. He's got to build a talent, but can we like start like something reasonable? Can he make a gnome? Can we do like some basic shit? Because I'm ready to see him on a big stage for real. I want to see how if he passes that challenge, sky's the limit. But he's got a style that doesn't traditionally pass that challenge. So I want him to beat Trez so he gets that opportunity.
I got Chef Trez 2-1.
Do y'all have him going 2-0 in his next two battles?
No, I got him.
Y'all have him going 2-0 in his next two battles.
I got him losing both in a gracious fashion. I think he's gonna put up a good fight against both, but I got A-Ward 2-1 and I got Chef Trez 2-1. He doesn't win either one.
That's a tough, bro. He's battling the number 1 and 2 Cody.
That's what I'm saying. That's a crazy schedule. And mind you, it's July 14th, or was it? I think it's. Hold on, let me not say the wrong.
I don't have him beating Ward.
I don't. How?
And I'm not even confident. Like I think it's
July 11th and August 8th.
I think it's gonna be debatable with Chef Trez. There's a world where even I have Klutz and the consensus ends up having Trez, but at the very least for his career, he's got to make one of these a debatable fight. If you go in here and just get cleared twice in a good effort, that was a waste of time, bro. Especially for
not really. If he puts up a good fight against Cody 1 and 2, I'm not mad at that.
Yo, but like,
what if it gets clear?
Expectations, bro. If you want to put him on Gnome, you throw him and Oppa should open a Gnome. Then we got to do some Gnome worthy shit. I'm just saying, like it's just like you got to earn it. I'm from it. Yo, it used to be so hard to make them stages, bro, and that's what made it so special. So you got to do. Now, does he have to win both? And I'm not trying to put some crazy.
So he's got to win one of them.
I'm not trying to even put an ultimatum, but he's got to come out not clearly losing twice. However, you find a way to get around that, you cannot just go out there and just get whooped on 2 times. Yes, it's tough comp, but why would you waste them battles if there was just always going to be tough comp and you wouldn't win? Go, and he's got the capabilities. Look at who he said he beat. So I think, but if he's going to get one of these, if I had to bet which one will be closer, he could get this Trez battle, man.
Okay, salute to y'all. I don't think he wins either one. How do we feel about Civil War overall? Thank you. How do we feel about Civil War overall? Is this a good card? I like this card.
What y'all think?
Very good card.
Yeah.
It's solid. I think it's better than the recent ones. I think the last 2 is better than. Like I think it's better than outside. What did we just what did we
outside 7?
And then I'm trying to remember all the cards, but the last 2 or 3 have been like smaller level cards. I think I've had smaller just level results to them. And this one's got a couple more matchups that I'm like, okay, like Swamp and Loso, I think is like, you know what I'm saying? Some real wreck. I think Trez and Klutz is like real wreck. Muuuwop debuting. There's just more things that pop off the paper when you look at this one. So I think it's a step back in the right direction. But we just need like, I'm not saying it's got to be a Super Bowl level event, but at this point in the year, you usually get like a summer big time event from someone. We just haven't, bro. So it's harder to get excited over cards that are just solid middle level matchmaking. And you need like, you need a little bit of the big level stuff to kind of have that excitement too. But hopefully these guys winning, some of the guys that won on outside 7, they can get those opportunities and we start seeing new faces on big stages. So I don't have to wait for 2 cards a year to pull some of you guys up as an A side. So
100%. Cheo, take us out of here, Cheo. Final thoughts on the card.
Outside 7 was solid. I enjoyed it. Civil War, I think it's gonna be a lot of enjoyable battles. Ill Will, J2, O-Red and Makk Myron, Muuuwop and Monsta. I'm looking forward to Civil War. I really am. July 11th, I think we're going to get some really entertaining battles. I really do. And I'm so excited for Muuuwop and Monsta. I really am a big Monsta fan, La Monsta. Shout out to La Monsta. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm watching for Klutz. I mean, I don't know if this is his first main event, but it is a main event. So I want to see how he handles Chef Trez in the main event. Because apparently... his pen. All right, we'll see.
He's like that, man. He's like that.
We'll see.
All right. Well, there it is. We'll see. I think that's a great sentiment to end this whole thing on. Is we'll see. July 11th.
Salute, Flo.
Civil War 6.
As always, man. Good talk.
Appreciate y'all, fellas. God bless.
Salute, Frank.
Salute.